This is your sign to make sure that you're aware of your surroundings. A couple was just hugging each other outside of their car. They weren't doing anything wrong, they were minding their own business. But people were watching them, and within minutes, they were kidnapped. It all happened so fast. It was January 2007 in Knoxville, Tennessee. 23-year-old Christopher Newsom and 21-year-old Shannon Christian had plans. At one point, they stopped at an apartment complex parking lot and they were standing outside their car, talking, hugging each other, kissing. But what they didn't know was that they weren't alone. Unbeknownst to Chris and Shannon, somewhere nearby, a group of people were sizing them up. The group approached them. The group was armed, and there was no time to react. And they didn't really have time to process anything. And within moments, Christopher and Shannon were forced into their own car at gunpoint and they were driven away. Chris and Shannon were taken to a house and then they were separated. Christopher was bound and Shannon was restrained. And over the next several hours, both of them were raped and they endured unimaginable violence at the hands of multiple attackers. They were both sodomized and beaten. Christopher was eventually taken away from the house. He was taken to a nearby railroad track where they eventually shot and killed Chris. Shannon was left behind in the house where she went through hours of torture and sustaining severe head injuries and suffered severe injuries to her women area and her mouth due to sexual assaults. While she was still alive, the attackers were afraid that the DNA evidence would show up on her, so the attackers poured bleach down her throat and scrubbed her whole body with it, including her bleeding and battered areas with bleach. She was bound and hogtied. Her face was covered with a small trash bag, and her body was stored in 5 layers of trash bags in a fetal position placed inside of a bin in the kitchen of the home. The medical examiner testified at the trial that there was evidence that Shannon slowly suffocated to death. Her body was discovered days later, and so was Chris's. So they were outside of their friend's apartment complex, and, it seemed harmless, right? You're outside, you're talking to each other, as many of us do. But sometimes it's not about where you are, it's about how you appear in that moment and who is watching you. Chris and Shannon were not targeted for who they were targeted because they were standing still. Chris and Shannon were minding their own business and they were just happy to be each other's company when someone nearby saw those group of monsters right there and they acted on it. Okay, guys, so please do this for me, okay? So pay attention in transition spaces. So transition spaces are like parking lots, garages, anywhere where you're getting in and out of your car. If you're gonna stop, get inside of your car and lock it right away. That should be your reflex. Lock and then seatbelt. Always take a quick look around before you stand still. And most importantly, please be aware of your surroundings. This is not the victim's fault. They are the victims. I just want you to remember there are evil monsters. And please, if you have children, please park as close to the store as possible or where it's very well lit and there are several other people walking around. If it feels weird to get back into your car, have a store associate escort you. People do this all the time. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. This is your safety, okay? Avoid being boxed in by vans or large vehicles. So try not to park near them. No texting while walking to your car. No scrolling while unlocking your door. Predators look for people that are mentally checked out. A lot of these people are opportunistic, so please remember that. Hold your keys before you even reach your door. Don't use the time standing there like digging through your bag. As soon as you get in, lock the doors immediately. Try not to sit there and text and scroll on your phone. Keep your head up, walk with purpose, brief eye contact with the people that's around you. And that's kind of like you're signaling to them, I know what's going on, I see you. You don't need to be paranoid, but you do need to stop moving on autopilot. Please stay safe out there.